Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is your career coach Jenny. So I'm a university lecturer based in UK. I'm also owning a recruitment company. I do recruit nurses, doctors and allied healthcare professionals such as theatre practitioners, medical laboratory technologists and physiotherapists across the globe. So Malaysia, for Australia, UK and also for Ireland. So in this channel, I thought I will concentrate mainly on the interview techniques, tips and tricks, because we do come across lots of candidates who've got really a good resume, but they do not do well in the interviews. Some candidates have done lots of courses, lots of competencies, they have a great resume, but they're not able to showcase that within the short duration of time during the interview. So I thought this channel, I would like to emphasize specifically how to do well in an interview. We will also be covering different series of questions specifically for nurses, for the NHS and also for private hospitals. For each countries, like for Australia, they have a certain set of type of questions how they ask, and for UK we also have certain type of questions. I will also concentrate on nursing students, also pre-reg nurses who want to apply for UK universities, and what kind of questions you can expect in that interview. So in this video specifically, I thought I will concentrate mainly on the do's, or the top 5 mistakes that any person would make in an interview, which you probably aren't aware, or you are probably aware, but this is something you might have dismissed that it's very common or it's basic, this doesn't matter really, but it does. So these are the common reasons why the candidates get rejected, and I have seen so many candidates who come to me and tell me, actually I've done really well, but I don't know why I failed this interview. So this video is for you. Please watch this video without skipping through. So let's go back to the video. I'm going to talk about the top 5 mistakes you might make in an interview, and you probably dismiss it thinking that it's okay, it's not a big deal, because it's not related to your skill, it's not related to your competency. The first and the topmost one is not maintaining eye contact. So this is something we have always come across. Like, clients tell us that the candidate was looking throughout the interview, was looking outside, was looking at the ceiling, or looking at their phone, or fidgeting. So so the first and foremost thing you should do is maintain an eye contact. That eye contact will give the interviewer a great impression about you, that you're confident and you're well prepared. That is the first thing. Second thing is not being prepared or not researching enough about the company. So that's the second most common mistake candidates make, because they think that's not necessary. Like, why should I know about the hospital? Why should I know about the organization? No, that's not it. The clients or the interviewer would like to see that you have done your research, you've done your homework, like you've looked through the company websites and you've looked through the the materials which you would have received probably from the HR to go through, or you might be, you should have done that homework before coming up for the interview. That shows that you're more keen, you're passionate about the job, you're interested, and you are really into this job. So that's another thing. And the third thing, the common mistake which candidates make, is that they come up with the scripted answers. So we do prepare the candidates just generic way, like what you're supposed to do, like make sure you have a good internet connection, make sure you have, because some of the candidates, when they attend from certain countries, there's always like the electricity cut, or there is weather conditions might have problem cause problem to the Wi-Fi. So we do give them this generic tips, like make sure you have a plan B, make sure you have a backup electricity source in case you have your power cut or something. So we do prepare them, but we never prepare them with the answers for those questions. Like, so the candidates have to be preparing the questions, the answers themselves, but when they are like so when the candidates are not prepared well in their own way, they do come up with Googled answers, or we call them like scripted answers. So we can definitely tell. And also when these days the most of the interviews are conducted online, so how easy that is for the interviewers on the other side, but also the interviewees try and read through the answers. They have sticky notes around their laptop and then they try and read through. But definitely, as an interviewer on the other side, even though they are not sitting in front of you, they can definitely tell that you are reading the content from somewhere else, and it's not flowing voluntarily, and they can tell because your body language and everything. So that's another mistake you're not supposed to make. So giving scripted answers or Googled answers and not having sticky notes or anything, or reading it through when you're having an online interview. Of course, you can't do this when you're doing face-to-face interviews. That's another good thing. Next thing that the most common mistakes that candidates make is that they are always, jumping to conclusions before the interviewer completes the question. So you need to give the interviewer the time and you need to wait for them to complete, and then you answer and then you give the answer. So do not jump to conclusions before the interviewer is completing the questions and you've already made up your mind, which is definitely going to be incorrect. So the fifth and the final common mistake that candidates make, this I'm talking generically, but it's very common with the global workforce, with the recruitment being international. So we do recruit candidates from different countries, but they're not used to the British accent, they're not used to the Irish accent, they're not used to the Australian accent, or the dialect or different slang the interviewers talk about. So the problem, what the candidates do is, even though they don't understand the questions, they try and assume that they know what the interviewer is talking about. They are too shy or timid to ask can you please repeat the question one more time? This is another thing which candidates don't make. And they assume that this is what they heard, this is what they understood, and they talk about, they give answers, which is probably and definitely going to be incorrect. So these are the top 5 common mistakes I have come across from candidates who have been recently attending interviews across the globe, and mostly among the healthcare professionals. These are the ones which have come across. In the upcoming videos, we will be discussing what not to do and what specific interview questions and how to concentrate on each questions. Until then, signing off. Bye bye from Jenny.